All right, so Expanse. All right, so I just kind of started this whole reaction video thing with Invader Zim a couple months ago, but I didn't know about reaction videos until I started looking for somebody to fucking watch The Expanse with. Like, as frustrating as it's been to find somebody to watch Mr. Robot, it's somehow 10 times worse for The Expanse. I don't, it's the most aggravating. I had to force one of my best friends for like 8 months. Like, I'll show you the text messages. It's like literally, there were just entire weeks where he would ask me questions, and the only thing that I would respond is Expanse. One of my good friends that comes to my job, there are nights where I will only Expanse. I'm slowly making everybody fucking hate me, but I don't care. I'm tired of them not watching this fucking show. Funny thing about The Expanse is that I didn't even really give it the attention that it deserved the first time around. Because I got into The Expanse because of 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys was on sci fi. And then because 12 Monkeys was fucking fantastic, I was like, yo, what else does sci fi got these days? And I found The Magicians. I really liked The Magicians, so I started watching that. And then every Wednesday, right after The Magicians, was The Expanse. Now, I watched the 2 seasons of it and I liked it. I thought it was a good show. I had nothing against it. It was cool. But then the third season, I'm watching it and I said, you know what? I don't think I've been giving this show the attention that it rightfully deserves. And I went back and I rewatched the first 2 seasons. And I've gone back and rewatched those first 2 seasons probably 800 times. Season 3 and 900 times. It might be my favorite show on TV right now. I think it is. It's hard. Like I've been saying on the Mr. Robot reactions, if you guys watch those, that it's hard for me to give anything a better show rating for me than Hannibal on NBC. I think that's the greatest show ever made. Mr. Robot's right fucking there. This final season, I'm only 6 episodes into it, but this season it's right fucking there. But The Expanse, it's getting pretty close too. I have a very strong suspicion that by the end of this weekend, because I'm going to binge watch this entire thing this weekend, fuck willpower. By the end of this weekend, The Expanse will be my favorite show on TV. Mr. Robot's going to be over soon anyway, but there's going to be a brief period of time where The Expanse still might beat Mr. Robot's final season, so that's pretty high praise from me. I'm trying to figure out what to do at the end when it comes to differences between the book and the show, because I don't read books a lot, so I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm some, bookworm. I read all the Game of Thrones books, and I think that was the last time I read anything. I blew through the first seven of these because Tiamat, Tiamat, that one didn't come out yet. So I blew through 8 fucking books in like a month. It's my favorite book series. I'm saying that as someone that doesn't read a lot of books, but for the books that I have read, I've literally in the last couple of days I've been trying to get my beard kind of Amosy. I've been saying since last season that whoever is the stylist for West Chatham, because you got the cleanest. That man has the tightest fucking haircut and the friggin' most solid brick of a beard I've ever seen on television. So just West Chatham, you got a golf clap for the gangster fucking facial hair. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I was literally in the middle of painting a picture from Mr. Robot for the Mr. Robot reaction, because what I've been doing recently, and I think I'm going to stick with it, is I drink a lot of coffee. Coffee. And anybody that watches The Expanse or has read the books, like there are literally moments where I'll be reading a book or I'll be watching the show, and just Holden's love of coffee makes me want a cup every single time. If I'm reading a paragraph and friggin' it's about how this person has better coffee than Holden, and Holden's like, man, you got the best coffee. I'm like, fuck, I want some coffee. But I'm trying to do a little bit something different with these reaction videos, so I'm not just another person saying, hey, look at me watching TV. So earlier this year, I started learning how to watercolor paint. Obviously, you can see that I love the Expanse because it's taken up a good, healthy portion of my time. I actually kind of think, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like Miller is the best looking one out of all of these. What do you think? So I've been picking up on that, but I really love coffee and I wanted to do something different for these reaction videos. So what I've been doing is I've been painting scenes from each episode with coffee, and then I speed it up and I put it over the very end after the episode. So you're going to see me sketch out what I'm going to be painting. I don't know I haven't watched the episode yet, so I don't know which scene I'm going to paint, but you're going to see me sketching it out right now. And then when the episode starts, I'm going to stop that, focus on the episode, and then once the episode's over, if you want to stick around, I know a lot of people, like, I do too, so I'm not even like blaming you if you want to just say fuck it, just want to see how I react and then call it a day. But I wanted to do a little bit something extra during that time to try to, keep you guys around a little bit longer. So during the review section of this video, you'll see the speed lapse of me finishing the painting with coffee, 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 coffee. Makes me happy that I can show these off, because it's hard for me to show this off to people because I don't want to spoil it for them. Even though it's not really that much of a spoiler, if you don't know what the fuck it is, it's still enough to be like, you know what, I don't want to. Our captain, you helped us save the show. Everybody that's watching this right now, when I tell you that this has been hands down the most positive fandom I have ever been a part of. Like, I cannot remember ever being a part of anything that was kind of, our own little thing. Like, this season, it's over. This season, it is over. Everybody's watching this show by the end of this fucking season. Watch how many articles get put online about friggin' did the Expanse just become the best show? Amazon saves new Game of Thrones. Fucking, it's gonna be nuts. Everybody's gonna watch this shit. So if you've been with this show for a hot minute and you were part of the Save the Expanse, if you helped friggin' donate money to send the Rocinante into orbit, if you helped give money to the friggin' flying banner over Amazon HQ. I don't want to say if you're Jeff Bezos because you're a douche, but thank you for saving my show. I love you. Anybody that's been part of this, the Reddit community, like it's one of the few subreddits that I'm actually subbed to, the Expanse. I've been refreshing it all day today just to see it's out. I'm like, yeah, and then I saw it was from Japan first, and I was like, fuck. But then, like, maybe 5 minutes ago, I've literally been running around the house. I'm like, all right, I was in the middle of editing Mr. Robot episodes and painting and making food. And I was like, you know what? Nope. I got to watch this episode. This is the most excited I've been for anything this year. But I can't think of anything that I'm more excited, except maybe Book 9. But I think Book 9 doesn't come out till March. So I'll deal with, that then. This year, for 2019, I can't think of a single thing that I am more excited for than the fact that I get to watch episode 1 of season 4 of The Expanse. I don't remember a whole lot of Caliban's War, Babylon's Ashes, Sibylla Burn. That's I think what it's called. Cibola. I don't remember a whole lot from it. I remember one of my favorite quotes of the entire series is in it. I remember that last third, and I remember a bunch of stuff in between. But these guys do a good enough job at keeping things fresh for book readers. Like what they did with fucking Ashford last season was just mwah, chef kiss. I could not believe how they turned such a mustache twirling fucking asshole into one of the most likable characters on the entire show. That which make us better. Fuck. Alright, you know what? I'm not even gonna keep talking. Let's just get to this fucking shit. How's the aimlessness? Is the aimlessness doing okay? Oh, and another thing is I've got a ultra wide monitor that I zoom in on, so might have to deal with that because it looks too. I'll show you what it looks like on my screen, and you'll understand why you might have to suffer through me having a super widescreen fucking version of this playing at the bottom. Oh, is it doing it again? Come on, don't do it to me. I take back what I said, Jeff Bezos. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Damn it. Is Alexa betraying me? Fuck, I have to lean back for this, so let's move the... You always see people's microphone when you see them in the video, so I always feel like it just makes them feel official. But I need to lean back for the expanse. So that right there. And let's lower this a little bit. It's a little too bright. We're off to a hell of a start. Yo, we're back. It's a Naboo! I really can't believe this is happening right now. This is insane. Serenity is my favorite movie of all time. Like, of all time. So, for me to get my super awesome space show to be saved with a super awesome fan base. Like, I remember someone, I can't remember where they said it, but somebody online said, nope, she has to do it. You gotta do it, drummer. Cool.
It was lovely meeting her, except it was through a screen.
Have mixed feelings about Earth.
As they should. Fuck it. And, you know what's funny is I never, like, when people back in the day used to learn how to speak Klingon, I never got it. I'm like, the fuck, who gives a fuck? But, and even with friggin' the Dothraki, I know that they have a dude that, like, created an entire language of Dothraki. I think you can even learn it on Duolingo. But Belta? Beltalora? I want to learn how to speak Belter. I tell you what, let's do that together. If you're watching this with me for the first time, you are now part of the Let's Learn Belter. We'll do a couple sentences at the end of every episode. We're going to learn Belter together. Belter together. That'll be fun. We can learn how to speak Belter together. I love that I can finally do an accent and not be considered racist. Like, I really love accents. Like, accents are awesome. And I do my best to, like, really be like...
Gonna be a real turd floater, huh?
Hey! Look at how good this show looks right now.
Every occasion.
Hey. We gotta talk about that, right?
Right. I'll bring it up again. But something must have changed if she wants to talk.
We gotta talk about that, right?
I like this. They've made him more not Miller. Come on, kid, gotta get that right. Next case.
Talk about that, right?
Yes.
I'll take care of it.
Exactly. Like, he doesn't seem that way in the book, so I kind of like that they're already doing that. Fonko penga, tol. See, all that. We're going to learn all that. That's what they did. They clearly just learned how to speak it to make her feel better. So we're going to do that. If Holden's 15 dads can learn how to say, we love you, goodbye, hope you're having a good time.
Compensator. If this thing's not tied into our drive just right, we're all gonna get tossed into. I'm on it.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see that beard. Come on, David. No, they know. Look it.
Melba?
Ah, it's not as fluffy as it was last time around.
I get one vid message a month now.
Oh, that's cool.
Didn't have anyone to call.
Yay!
Say coming down the well?
Nope. There's a lot of past in my past, so I'm gonna skip it.
I like that. There's a lot of past in my past.
If I wanted to, I could have blown the outer door while I was in it. Killed myself.
Yep.
Was that on purpose?
If I was staring down a lifetime sentence, I'd want to have the option.
I don't deserve it easy way.
Stop it.
It's my dog.
You give nothing in return.
He became my number 5 favorite fictional character of all time. Literally, Amos, out of every movie, TV show, comic book, regular book, video game, he became my number 5 favorite character of all time. It goes Gurr from Invader Zim, Brock Sampson from Venture Brothers, Walter Bishop from Fringe, Mabel from Gravity Falls, Amos from The Expanse. It used to be Bender. Bender from Futurama was number 5. Which sucks because it's the only one that I don't like. Out of all of these, this is the only one that I'm not a fan of.
They're calling the planet Ilus.
Makes sense.
I can't believe I'm hearing that name out loud.
Who gives a fuck?
She's the greatest.
Delta struck it rich. Good for them.
They also found this.
Doesn't appear to be active.
That's kind of what it looked like to me, in my head.
I want you to go to Ilus. Are you still talking to Miller?
It's more like he talks to me.
You said
Everybody on this show, if you don't like follow these guys on Twitter and shit like that, you can tell how much fun every single person on this show is having. Everybody that works on this show loves this show. I feel like this dude needs to eat a little bit though. Steven Strait, I think his name. Steven, you need to. Can we get some? Naomi, can you feed your boy some red kibble? Yeah, that's a Mars thing.
Nice of Avasarala.
Legitimate salvage.
How'd she look?
Fine.
No, I mean like, what was she wearing?
Avasarala's worried it could be
I
something
love it
worse.
so much.
If Miller's right, it could be something much worse.
All right, so what I was going to say earlier is that without trying to sound sexist, without trying to diminish anybody's worth to just looks, this show has the most beautiful women, like just drop dead fucking tens all around. Everybody. I love these two.
Whatever happens down there, we'll deal with it together.
Like Desmond and Penny is my favorite love story of all time. But these two just feel like the most realistic. At times, don't get me wrong. There are definitely moments where they hype up the drama. There's my girl, and there's my favorite. Love, like absolutely in love, in a totally non-creepy way, but absolute love for Frankie Adams. Everything she says, I'm just like smooth butter right into my ears. They turned it into a weapon. I love you. Whenever you see pictures of her with the rest of the cast, she's always like towering over everybody. And then people bitched about her on the internet when she got cast. Like, oh, she's not big enough to be fucking the Martian Marine. Like, shut up. There's a lot of times where, just they give the girl flowery kung fu fight moves and it looks cool. But you know that in a real fight, this 9-foot dude isn't going to get beaten up by a backflip. I firmly believe that this chick would friggin' kick the ever-living piss out of, most people.
Shit, she's early. Oh, you ready?
Why doesn't he want her to meet them? What was that about?
Hey, Bobby.
Nice to see you, Flyboy.
Here, for the record, everything that I react to with Bobby is not... I have no future knowledge. She isn't in this book at all. Her and Avasarala shows up at the beginning, tells Holden to go to friggin' Ilus, and then that's the last you see of her. So anything that I react to with Bobby, it's 100% untainted.
UN freighter Amberjack, we got you target locked.
We got your target locked. Because the best part of it is that it's a Creole kind of language, so there's all different dialects. So no matter how you say it, I hear my boy. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't roll over my dog's tail. He's definitely not in the 4th book, so everything with him is going to be... That's what I'm saying. I love that this show gives you... if you've read the books, you're not just seeing the same shit. But live action, they're giving you extra shit. I wonder if they can incorporate him into future books or into future seasons better. Like, he has to become a staple. I wish they could bring back what's his face. Fucking. Did you know that it is possible to cry so hard that blood? The fuck is that guy's name?
They keep built us out of the ring, so they find the gold first. Leave us with dirt, and you help them.
Fuck, what the hell is Moriarty's name? Using Chernobyl. It's so funny is that I'm so usually good with remembering shit, but ever since I started these reaction videos, I feel like every episode I'm like, what's that guy's name? What's that girl's name? What's her face? So Harris, Jared Harris, fucking Christ, Jared Harris. I wish they could bring him back. Carrick, I don't know if it's G or G. Like, I've learned every one of their names during that whole Save the Expanse thing. Like,
Hey, Nagata. What are you doing here? Is the universe about to end again?
I think she might have the most fun of anybody on the show. Like, whenever you see her, I feel like her and Alex, Cass, I feel like the two of them have the most fun with this being on the show. Didn't she just get married, I think? It's crazy that I, like, know about half their fucking, like, lives. West was in the army, or the Marines? Marines or the Navy? Oh yeah, because him and Miller. I like that. Is he still seeing the thing? He is still seeing the thing. He does see that, right? It's not just something only we can see. Now he's better. Now we can talk
Be on
better, right?
Ilus in a few weeks, then what?
Thanks for the ride.
What are we supposed to wait?
Cool. You need a ride, kid. Next clue to the case. I wonder what they're gonna do with her
Got
this
something you
season.
want to say to me, sailor?
Can
Can I buy you a drink?
I buy you another beer?
Hell yeah.
It does not speak for all, and those who stand with Fred Johnson and Anderson Dawes.
Anderson Dawes. Thank you. Fuck. I remembered his real name though. That was the important one that I was trying to get.
Blockade zone. Please transmit your access code. Transmit your access code immediately.
He's like, God damn it.
Boss man, they target lock us.
Okay.
Tynan, this is your final warning.
Give it to them.
Ashford,
What?
we have enough problems already without you agitating the inner.
No, he's doing it just to be a dick.
We have a treaty.
Worth what to the
I
We
love
find
this
out,
too.
okay, yeah? You have to trust your gut.
Well, the last time I did that, it didn't work out so well, did it?
Good point.
Well, me more than you.
Only because my friend had a boyfriend with an imaginary friend. Paradise Station.
That's a pretty fair. That's a pretty fair excuse.
Awful.
It's possible to be both.
I could watch these two all day.
First scientists ever to study a whole new biome.
That's her.
We're making history.
Yeah, that's her. Okoye. Okoye.
Yeah, we got a legal charter from the UN and Mars, so...
You think the OPA give a shit about that?
No, I do not.
Look at this. Look at this little goofy half smile I've got. Just seeing these characters. Okoye. Yeah, see, I don't remember any of this. He doesn't look very happy. Fuck, I can already see where they're going with this, and I like it. Maybe he mentioned this in the book. I want to hear her name so I know how to pronounce it. I've been saying Okoye since I read the book. I want to find out if I was saying her name right.
It could have been an accident, or an attack, or something much worse. The story is already metastasizing.
Yeah, I mean, that's how can you tell when you've got in a planet with fucking proto-molecule fucking shit?
Holden, do not put your dick in it. It's fucked enough already.
She has the best fucking lines. Do not put. No, I can't do her voice. That's racist. I can only do Belter voices. Fuck. There's only one thing that she says that I'm gonna allow myself to say. When she's asking Bobby questions, they're like, "Excuse me, man, where is this? Wherever I goddamn like." It's one of my favorite lines of the entire fucking series. Wherever I goddamn like. I'm so mad I didn't have the money. They had a Rocinante model ship that was like $300, I think, but it was like a legit fucking collector's edition, and I just didn't have the money for it. I don't have a lot of nerd stuff around my house. Most of my nerd stuff is shit that I painted, but I would for sure rock a Rocinante. I'd rock a Rocinante real quick. I feel like I have to paint him for this episode, just because I haven't yet. Like, it's Captain James fucking Holden. But I wanted to get one of him squinting. Miller! What do you mean, Miller? So cool. Like, there's not a whole lot of shit that gets me. Like, I have chills down my spine right now. Like when people watch the new Star Wars trailer and, you know, Palpatine laughs or some shit like that. Like, I don't give a fuck. This hasn't even been with me like my whole life. This has been like in the last 2 years kind of thing. And like, I'm so invested in Naomi doing this right now. Yeah. That would be fucking super disorienting. Looking up and seeing the sky. Fuck, maybe that picture right there. I think that's what I'm gonna do though. It's gonna be weird to paint this with coffee though. Everything is so blue. People hate on this kid. Like, oh, he doesn't feel like Holden. Amos is supposed to look like a old fat baby. At no point does Wes Jatham look like a old fat baby. Like when I read the books now, I see this cat. I see all these guys. Amos all the way out in front, ready for some shit to pop off. They look so cool. Looks like Mass Effect Andromeda. That piece of shit game. That's actually one of the main reasons why I came to love the show so much. It scratches every inch that Mass Effect left for me. I literally bought this computer that I'm recording all of this on. I bought this just for Mass Effect Andromeda to play it on Ultra. And then it ended up being terrible. So now I use it for reaction videos. With the Expanse. I feel like that's fair.
Hey, you here for help us?
That's equivalent exchange.
All right, easy there, partner.
Whoa!
We're off to a great start. That can't be good. Alright, well then that changes everything. See, I thought that they were going to be responsible for the thing crashing, and that's why he hates them. Mercury. But that's not the case. These things crashed the plane.
What was that?
She's been on the planet for like 3 hours. She's already being attacked by metal flies. awesome. Awesome. It's funny because I was planning on watching this whole thing just from start to finish right now. I was from it's 9 o'clock on Thursday. I don't have to work until 10 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night. I was 100% planning on just binge watching this entire thing. And not even saying fuck the reaction videos, but I kind of actually like the idea of this giving me some self-control where I can actually space it out so I'm not just over and done with it in a fucking day and then I have to wait another year for a new season. See that you guys are helping me. Wow, this feels this feels circular almost. Again, I started these videos because I got heavy into watching reaction videos. There are only 3 channels that I watch, and that's Jimmy Macram, The Normies, and RTTV. That's it. I don't watch anybody else. I've seen people here and there, but I'm good. Those 3 channels are all I need. But I got into The Normies because of The Expanse. Like, everybody knows about reaction videos because of, you know, Game of Thrones with Red Wedding and shit like that. But I didn't know that there were just an entire, like, segment of YouTube where people were just kind of all watching TV shows with each other. And that's all I do. Literally, all I do is watch TV shows all day, every day. And I always say, I just want somebody to watch TV with. And now I got you. Now I got you guys. All right, so this is going to be weird because people that are watching this probably already watched the next couple episodes. This is going to be kind of weird though because I've got future knowledge from the books. You've probably already watched the next episode or the episode after that, so you've got future knowledge from the episodes. People that have read the books and gone ahead have future knowledge from both. So this is a weird dichotomy we got going on here. But the important thing is that we have The Expanse back, and as far as I know, I remember them saying that they've already started production on season 5, which I can't even remember that happening. Season 4 didn't even fucking, like, it was like months away from dropping, and they were already re-signed for. They had already started season 5, let alone been re-signed. Like I said, Jeff Bezos gets a lot of shit, and he rightfully deserves it. Don't pay shit for taxes. Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren need to tax the shit out of him. I don't care what anybody of you say in the comment section. And like like I was saying, they saved this show. They've got The Boys, Mr. Robot's on there. I haven't watched Homecoming yet, but I heard Homecoming's pretty good. I've been saying for a while now that like Amazon needed a couple shows to throw its real like hat in the ring when it comes to being quality television. I think the first time I ever heard of anything Amazon related was Man in the High Castle. I still haven't watched that, but I heard it's pretty good. But I don't know a whole lot of Amazon produced. Like, I loved The Tick, but I didn't even watch season 2, so like I can't even like be angry that I got canceled when I didn't even watch it. But yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of Amazon originals that I could say, you know, you need to watch this. I felt like The Boys was the first one where everybody came to the bar and told me, I'm the person that everybody comes to talk to because they know I don't have a life. They know that I've watched everything, so they're like, "Yo, have you watched this show? What do you think about it? Oh, you heard that about, you know, shit like that." And The Boys was the first show where like everybody was coming into the bar just to be like, "Joe, tell me you've seen The Boys." Really feel like The Boys opened the door for The Expanse to be the Amazon show. This is going to put Amazon on that level. It's insane to have been here, not from the beginning, but kind of like the midway, and to have seen the extent that the publicity of this show has gotten in the last like year. Like 3 years, Sci-Fi didn't do shit. Didn't do a fucking goddamn thing. Meanwhile, in the last year, I've seen more articles, more videos. I think Kevin Smith, didn't he just do something for this? It's like 20 minutes long. Kevin Smith explains The Expanse, 15 minutes. It's been amazing videos. Just there's dudes that like measure how big the ships are on the Expanse. There's people that dissect the sci-fi aspects of it and break it down scientifically. This really has been one of my favorite fandoms that I've ever been a part of, and it's been nice to see it progress without getting shitty. Like, usually when something starts getting popular, then, you know, just people are assholes. It's gonna happen. If enough people like something, there's gonna be a portion of them that are just annoying assholes. I haven't seen anything from the Expanse, anybody Expanse related, that are assholes. Like, I just don't. I used to say that about Doctor Who. Like, I couldn't think of anybody that watched Doctor Who and was a bad person, but then they cast a woman and everybody lost, well, not everybody, but a good little portion of them lost their fucking minds. Everybody that likes this show, just, I don't know, there's just something, there's a connection. Right about now, you should be seeing me finishing, right here, you should be seeing me finishing up the painting of the crew getting out of the Rossi for the first time. It's like this is the first episode, and I've got some, you know, like I said, I've got future knowledge, and it's gonna be so hard to not watch the rest of the episodes. But this is really fucking cool to have this back and to be watching it with you guys. So I'll try to be a little bit more talkative next time around, but I got a lot of shit that I need to do tonight, and I just wanted to get the first episode up, and I wanted to start painting the first thing. You want Anderson Dawes and Fred Johnson to show up at some point this season. Fuck, man. They're just such great actors, and I love Holden. Anytime Holden and Fred Johnson are like next to each other, it's always like fun. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Ready? The painting's gonna be done right now. All right, this is the painting. It looks awesome. I agree. For the next like 2 minutes, I'm just gonna talk about stuff that I'm gonna assume you've already finished the entire season. All right, I'm gonna, if you haven't watched past this episode and you don't want to be spoiled, if for some reason you watched the first episode of The Expanse and you're trying to space it out, and here, I'm gonna, better yet, that's what I'll do. Here, I'm gonna hold up the book. So if I'm holding the book in my hands, I'm discussing things that take place throughout the season and throughout the entire book. Let me take this out because that's Mickey Mouse. I like that idea. I'll try to do something a little bit more professional next time around, but for this episode, if you see me holding this book, like fast forward ahead, if you see me holding the book, then I'm still talking about spoilers. So, Murtry, I thought that, you know, because he's going to be a dick and kill a bunch of fucking these people. I feel like, you know, I thought that that's what they were going to do, was he was going to blame the Belters and all these people for fucking killing his whole crew, and that's why he's going to be a dick and shoot everybody. But I don't know, that's clearly not how that went down. Okoye, I have a very strong suspicion that either one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to drop, in the books, she has a little crush on Holden the entire fucking book. And then at like the very end, she finds out it's not really a crush. She was just, it was stupid. It was the only part of the book that I didn't really care for. Most people didn't. She ends up falling for Fayez, and then they become a thing. They're either going to downplay that to the point where it probably doesn't happen because it's just unnecessary drama. They got more shit that they can probably do with Bobby and Avasarala and friggin' Drummer and Ashford. I would really like that. I would be really happy if for this season they drop, because my other prediction is either they're gonna completely delve it down and have it not be existent, or they're gonna ramp it up and there's gonna be a fucking love triangle between him and Naomi and fucking Okoye. I would really hate for that to happen, but it's a possibility. This is a TV show. You got to have romantic tension. But I would really like for them to just drop the whole love subplot and focus on Ashford and Drummer and Bobby instead. I like the little bit of Miller we got. I felt like last season, the little bits of Miller that we got near the end felt kind of like they only had him for a day. and they had to shoot all his scenes, and then they just put it in. I don't know, it didn't feel like they really had the time to utilize Thomas Jane properly. I feel like they've managed to put a stamp on him for this one. I said earlier that one of my favorite lines from the entire series is in this book. I don't think it was this part. I think it was... There's a part later on where I think he does shoot a guy, like in front of Holden, and Amos and him have like a face-off. and they're both just staring each other down with that death glare. And I remember Holden makes Amos back off, and Amos looks at him and goes, "Just so you know, I'm going to kill you." And Murtry goes, "Yeah? When?" And it was a pretty badass little line, but then Amos responds, "That's exactly the question you should be asking." I love that line. I was literally like running around my apartment, like screaming, laughing when I read that line. That's exactly the question you should be asking. It's fantastic. So I don't remember Naomi and Alex being there, but I'm happy they changed that, because who doesn't want to see Naomi experiencing... That sucks for her, though. She's literally been on the planet for fucking like 10 minutes, and she's already being attacked by monster insect metal fucking demons. Pretty... Alright, here, let me... If you're fast forwarding through, I put this down. I'll put it down slowly, so if you're scrubbing through the thumbnails. I hope you enjoyed the painting. I'll post a little link for where you can like look at it if you want a high quality scan of it. At some point, I'll probably do something to make some money off of these, but for now, it's just a fun little experiment that kind of is making these more interesting. Thank you for watching this. Do I have any coffee left? I usually have my little song playing right now. Thanks for watching this. It's been fun. I'll see you guys for the next episode. If I can, I'm not going to start the next episode until I can finish editing this one first. So once this is up, then I'll watch episode 2. You guys go on without me. Hope you have a good time watching it. Enjoy this season for me. I got other shit to do, all right? Have a good time. And hold on, there's got to be a way to say goodbye. Things and introductions. Oh yeah, dang. Alright, I'm just gonna say oh yeah, dang, and I hope you'll have a good time watching this show. Enjoy the rest of the season without me, my BERATNAS. I will see you later.